In this e-learning tutorial, we are going to learn about the variables and data types in the Python. So today agenda is variables and also the data types. Variables. So variables, it is used for storing the data values. In Python, variables do not need to declare explicitly like other programming languages. Initialize the variable in Python, then interpreter will automatically does the declaration process. Here how we are going to initialize the variable in Python. The variable which is equal to expression. So equal is an assignment operator and expression can be an any value. It may be a text or it may be an any arithmetic expression. Value is the name of the variable. The value of an expression will be stored in the variable. So the example for variable, here I have declared a variable name called as a year and the value that have been assigned called as a 2020, and another variable called as a name. Here I am going to assign a value called as a character that can be specified in a single quotes. When suppose if I am going to print the year, so when I give the year, it displays as a 2020. So another example is I am going to assigning one variable to another variable. For example, I have declared a name is equal to Raja. For name 1, I have been declared it as a name. So for both the values name and the name 1, the value contains the Raja. Next one is the standard data types. So in Python, we have the 6 types of data types is available. Numeric, string, list, tuple, dictionary and the Boolean. So first we are going to see about the one by one in detail. Numeric. The numeric can be classified into the two types, that can be an integer or a real. So real in the sense it is in a fractional number. Integer can be a positive or a negative. So the real or a fractional number which is called as a floating point numbers. So it can be a decimal and also to be the fractional part. So example that I have given, for a num1 we have been assigned a value called as a 2. It is an integer value, whereas in the num2 I have assigned a value called as a 2.5. It is a floating point type. When I display the print num1, so it display the output as a 2. The next one is a string. The string can be used, can be specified in a single quotes or a double quotes and is used to represent the strings. A string in the Python can be a series or a sequence of alphabets or numerals and a special character. So, in a special character. The first character of the string has an index to be the 0. So there are the many operations that can be performed on the string. Some of the operations are slice operator. So the slice operator, which is used for taking out the subset of the string. The next one is concatenation, which is used to combine two or more than the two strings. The next one is the repetition operator, which is used to repeat the same string for the several times. Here the example for the string data, I have given a variable name called as a string, test string, whereas I have divided it in a double quotes as a welcome. It's for storing the string value. When I print the string value, it displays to be the welcome. So next one is I am going to concatenate, that I am going to use the plus operators here. Here I am going to use the plus operator, that is the test string plus I have given a code called as a to Python tutorial. So when I display it, it shows to be the welcome to Python tutorial. The next one is the repetition operator. So the test string star I have mentioned, it is used in operator symbol, and 2. So in the test string it contains a value called as a welcome. So the 2 times the welcome is to be printed. Then the Python provides a slice operator to extract the subset from the string. So it starts from the character and index with the 0. Here is an example. So here is a syntax for the slice operator. So first is a test string, that is a variable name that I have given. Here I am going to start and colon end. So the index that I am going to mention, starting index and the ending index. Here the step is an optional one. So example, in the test string it contains a value called as a welcome. So the test string, so in square bracket I have given it as a 1. So when it displays here, it shows when its index is going to start with a 0. So the W is 0 and 1 is E. So it displays a value called as an E. The next one is a test string 0 colon 2 I have given. From 0 to 2, that is a 2 digit it is going to display. That is the first digit 0, it is a W, and second one it is an E. So W is printed. The next one is the example is test string, the same, the welcome is here. I have given 1 is to colon 6 colon 2, whereas it displays all the alternate character between an index 1 to 6. That is from 1 to 6 the alternate character is 1, 3 and the 5. So 1, 3 and the 5 in the sense, so it is an 1 E, it will be displayed. Then 3 it is C, and 5 it is M. So ECM it is will be printed. The next one is a list. So list is the most used data type in the Python. It contains the same type of items, alternatively different types of also items. It is an ordered and indexable in sequence. So to declare a list in a Python, you need to separate the items using the commas and enclose them with the square bracket. The list has an plus, asterisk and the slicing operators for concatenation, repetition and sublist. Here is an example. In the first, I have declared a keyword first variable called as an first, whereas we need to specify it in a square bracket. So I have mentioned it in square bracket at 1 comma, then character 2, 3 and character 4. And in second variable I have declared it as a 2 sets I have been list I have been declared. So when I display the print the first one, it will be shows the first list whatever it here it will be. So I am going to concatenate now the first and the second list. So when I am going to concatenate this one, it displays all the list from the first one and also from the second one. It is an output shown here. And then next one is an asterisk. Now I am going for the repetition. So the repetition in the sense, that is the second one I am going to repeat the 2 times. In second list it contains a 5 comma 6. So 5 comma 6, 5 comma 6. The 2 times it got to be the repeated one. Then another example is, in the first I am going to display the 0 colon 2. That is the 2 items from the list I am going to display. In the first list, that is the 1 and the 2. The next one that we are going to see about the tuple, it is used to store the sequence of items. So the consist of an items which could be separated by the commas. The tuples are enclosed within the parenthesis rather than the within the square bracket. Here is an example. So here I have mentioned it as a parenthesis. In whereas a list we are going to mention it here as a square bracket. So here I declared in a variable name called as a third, which is equal to 7 comma 8 comma 9 comma 10. So when I display the third, it displays the tuple values. What is the difference between the list and the tuple? So in the list we are going to enclose it with a square bracket, whereas in the tuple it going to be enclosed within the parenthesis. that is when the lists are mutable, whereas the tuples are to be the immutable. The tuples are read-only list. Once items are stored in the tuple, it cannot be modified. That is, it is an immutable one. The next one that we are going to see about the dictionary. So it is a collection which is an unordered, changeable and indexed. It can be written with the curly brackets and they have the keys, values and the key value pairs. So I have declared a variable name called as a my underscore dictionary. In this I have mentioned the dictionary values, that is the one which is called as a key, colon, that is a value. Then next key is a 2, colon, the next value is a ball. So another list I am going to add now called as a suppose in my dictionary I am going to add another key value pass. So here is the syntax my underscore dictionary colon of the third value that I am going to add now. So in curly bracket 3 colon the cat. So when I display the my dictionary, it displays all the three values in the dictionary values. So when I going to display only if you want to display the key values, I can be display it as my dictionary dot keys, that only the key value, that is a 1, 2 and this 3 key values are prepared. Suppose if I want to print only the values which is in the dictionary, so dot values, it shows apple, ball and the cat. The next one is the Boolean operator. The Boolean value, it represents one of two values. Either it can be a true or it returns a false value. Whenever the condition satisfies, it returns a true value. Whenever the condition fails, it returns to be the false value. Next one is a set. So set is an unordered collection of data. It does not have a duplicate values. Union, intersection, difference and symmetric difference are the operations that can be performed on the set. In union, it returns all the elements from both. Suppose I am having the two sets, set 1 and the set 2. Here it returns all the elements from the both the sets. It can be performed by using this operator symbol. The next one is an intersection operator. So from the two set, it returns only the common element from both the sets, can be used by using this operator. Then difference, it returns the elements which are present on the set 1 but not in a set 2 and it can be performed by using this operator. The next one is the symmetric difference. It returns the elements which are present in either set 1 or set 2 but not in both, that it can be performed by using this operator. We are going to see about some examples for using the set operations. So I am having the two set. When I print the set 1, it displays all these elements in the set in an ordered way. When it print the set 2, it returns all the values in the set 2 in an ordered way. So when I am going to intersection, intersection is nothing but here it is a variable name. Here I have mentioned it set 1 and this operator I am going to use. When I print this intersection value from these two set, what are the common values that is present? That here it is a 1, it is present and 2 it is present. The next one is 3 and next one is the 4. So from this here it is printed. Union operator, when I am going to print this union operator, it contains all the elements from both the set 1 as well as from the set 2. So when you said it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and the 7. So differences is set 1 minus set 2. When I am going to print this, so here it contains both value 1. The next it contains a 3. Here also it contains a 3. 2 also here it is there. Then 5 it is not here in the set 2. So the 5 is going to printed and 6 is also not there in the set 2. So 6 value is going to be printed. The next one is the symmetric differences. So in symmetric differences, the set 1 and set 2. So here it displays to be the so 1 is also present, 3 is also present, 2 is also present. So the 5 is not present in the set 2, so it displays a 5 value and 6 is not present in the set 2. So when I take it about the set 2 values, 1 is present and 7 is not present in the set 1, so it displays the 7 value. Then 4, 2 and 3 is also present in the set 1. So this is an example for the set operations. So in the next tutorial that we are going to see about the operators in the Python. So thanks for watching. Kindly subscribe the channel and share and like your comments in your channel. Thank you.